And of course, if it was not for an expose by BBC in February 2023, we would not know the kind of sexual predators and the sexual preys in the different sectors, especially the tea industry, because it unraveled the name of an individual who's now under siege simply because he has gotten into he's been elected into a office, but he cannot take over his office because of the complaints from different agencies, and there is the reason why he's not going to be there. So despite his controversial clearance by IEBC and the subsequent elections at the Kenya Tea Development Agency, that is Ktda Zonal Director John Chebochok, the man at the center of a sex scandal, is faced with increasing hurdles to quit before assuming office.
That's right. He was caught on camera soliciting for sexual favors in exchange for lighter duties, increased pay, and employment in that expose. And consequently, people called for his resignation, etc. But now he has been elected as the chair of the Ktda, as the zonal director actually for the Ktda in Tegat/Toror Tea Factory. And people are calling for his resignation. It's caused quite a huge uproar, understandably so. Some international tea buyers who do buy from there have already stopped buying as a way of protesting his appointment. That's Lipton's Tea and Infusions, and of course James Finlay's. They've stopped purchasing from that tea factory.
Yes,
and the pressures continues to mount.
Yes. Mariam is saying, actually, I just wanted to add that the Federal of Women Lawyers, that is FIDA Kenya, the Coalition Against Sexual Violence, CACSV, the Women in Tea Value Chain Association, and women leaders from the South Rift, led by Miss Laila Siele, have expressed their objection and anger over the clearance of Mr. Chebochok as a candidate in subsequent elections by farmers. Mariam, question. Before this man was elected, there were processes.
Yes.
One of them on leadership and integrity.
Yes, and vetting.
And vetting was done by IEBC
yes.
and Ktda, and papers were printed. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 procedures before we get to a point where a man can actually be elected.
True. So that does beg the question, what exactly does the IEBC do as far as vetting? If someone who was caught on camera soliciting sexual favors can pass their vetting, which is clearly against our constitution, the chapter on integrity as far as leadership is concerned.